Hi guys, before entering the lab, wear a full PPE. Wear a hairnet or headscarf, an apron, and closed-toe shoes. Also, make sure you are properly hygienic before entering the lab. Here, I'm holding the sugar we will use in the cyclone separation experiment. Next, we will use the weighing balance to accurately measure the required amount of sugar. First, the sugar package is carefully opened to prevent any spillage or loss of material. This step is carried out carefully to ensure that all of the sugar can be transferred into the jug without contamination or wastage. Next, an empty jug is placed on the weighing balance and the balance is stirred to ensure that only the weight of the sugar is measured. The sugar is then added gradually until the required mass of 1 kg is obtained. The reading is monitored continuously to ensure accurate measurement before proceeding to the next stage of the experiment. The sample is now prepared and ready for the next experiment.
Before you want to start using the hopper, make sure to clean inside of the hopper using the brush provided by the lab assistant to make sure there is no residue left behind.
Okay, now let's start to conduct the experiment. First of all, we place a collection container beneath the hopper outlet to collect the sugar after it is discharged. This helps us to prevent sample loss and allows us to measure the amount of sugar collected accurately. Next, we make sure that the outlet gate at the bottom of the hopper is fully closed. Then, we carefully pour the sugar into the hopper until it reaches the required level. We avoid shaking or compressing the sugar so that its natural flow characteristics are maintained. Once the hopper has been completely filled and the sugar has settled evenly, we securely close the hopper cap. This prevents the sample from getting contaminated.
Next, open the hopper outlet to allow the sugar to form a heap on the table. Make sure the timer has been set accordingly. Then, mark from one end to another of the sugar pile so that we can measure the height and the length to obtain the angle of repose. Repeat the procedure several times and calculate the average angle of repose for more accurate result.
Okay, I will gently pull the pipe outward while the person at the funnel area carries out the process at the same time. I make sure to coordinate the movement properly so that the flow of the sugar is not disturbed. I pull the pipe carefully and steadily, making sure the motion is controlled at all times. For this part, I will be determining the angle of dispose of the sugar sample. First, I take the sugar sample and carefully pour it into the container. I make sure the amount is enough for the test. Next, I shape the sugar into a neat triangular pile. I gently adjust it so that the sides are straight and as even as possible, forming a proper cone-like structure. Once I am satisfied with the shape, I carefully place the setup back into the protector, making sure not to disturb the structure. After that, I slowly and carefully measure the angle of repose. I ensure the reading is taken accurately from the slope of the pile.
After finish using the hopper, make sure to clean inside of the hopper again to make sure it's clean using the brush provided and make sure there is no remainder of your product left behind.
After completing the experiment, I proceed with cleaning all the apparatus used. I carefully wash each item with clean water to ensure that no sugar residue is left behind. I make sure to rinse thoroughly, especially around the funnel and pipe area, so that all remaining particles are completely removed. This is important to maintain the accuracy and hygiene of the equipment for future use.